Hi everybody, welcome back. This video is going to be about how you get started in content marketing. Now, one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time is how do I get more clients? And you get more clients by doing one of five things. You either reach out directly, so cold calling, you get them by paid advertising, or by networking, you can get them by referrals, or you can get them by inbound marketing or content marketing. So I'm going to talk today about content marketing. The first thing you have to know about content marketing is that content marketing is a long game, meaning you have to start it and you don't stop. And it takes time, but the results can compound over time and these results can be great. But you have to have patience because it takes some time to see those results. So now, how do you get started? So you may be asking, what is content marketing? Content marketing is publishing content that's of value to your audience. It's as simple as that. What kind of content are we talking about? It could be blogs, articles, white papers, could be guest posts on other websites. It could be curated content, so content that you've come across that you know will be valuable to your audience and you share that content with them so they don't have to go searching all over the net to find great stuff. It could be your opinion on the news or news in your industry. It could be sharing your recent work, so work you've done for clients or stuff of value that you've provided to clients. It could be vlogs or blogs or images. It could be PDFs or lists or ebooks. It also could be any kind of resources that you think would be valuable to your audience. And you may be asking yourself, why should I do content marketing, inbound marketing at all? One of the things to keep in mind is that 53% of companies out there are engaging in some sort of content marketing. So there's a tremendous amount of content, but that also means if you're not doing it, you're falling behind. Now, the thing about content that's great is that straightforward advertising or selling is tough because people these days can smell a sell a mile away. People don't want to constantly be barraged with promotional emails. They don't want to be barraged with ads. And the younger generations are totally anti-ads. They wish, and some of us do, all of us do, that our lives were, devoid of all ads. And technology is helping that because ad blocking is now the norm on your phone, on your laptop. But you have to remember that people want content from brands that they like, brands that they follow, whose products they trust. And by providing content, valuable content to your followers or your tribe, you are increasing their perception of your brand in their minds. You're increasing that affinity, you're increasing that affection, you're increasing that loyalty. So delivering free content that's not advertising, that's not blatantly selling, is something that's really valuable to people. So how do you start developing content? Well, number one, you want to choose the type of content that you're going to produce. So are you going to write? Are you going to do a podcast? Are you going to do video, do a vlog? I would suggest choosing one type of content you're going to produce to begin with. Because like I said, content production is a long game and it takes a lot of work. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself at the beginning. So start with one thing and then expand over time. Number two, develop the content. I would suggest batch producing. So that's developing 5 or 6 or 8 pieces of content that you then schedule to go out and be published over time. That takes the burden of producing something every day, every week off of you and forces you to kind of get a bunch of content together. And then you have a bit of a breather as that goes out to think about what you're going to do next. Number 3 is you want to choose a platform. So you want to choose a platform that's appropriate for the sort of content that you're producing. So if you're producing video, is YouTube right? Is Vimeo right? If you're writing, should you post on a blog, on a particular website? Or if you're going to write longer form articles, should you be posting on Medium or LinkedIn? What if you're sharing resources? Maybe Facebook groups are the right thing, or sharing resources on Twitter or LinkedIn groups. If you're going to send out a newsletter and start developing an email list, you're going to have to choose a mailing platform, something like MailChimp or Constant Contact or Infusionsoft or SparkPost, in order to get started and build that infrastructure for your sending out a newsletter. Number 4 is you want to make a schedule. You have to figure out the dates and the frequency of when you're going to be posting your content. You have to think about, number 5, how often you're going to post. Is it going to be daily? Is it going to be weekly? Is it going to be monthly? I would suggest that you be aggressive, but not unrealistic. And number 6 is you post it. No one's watching you at first. So if you have that imposter syndrome or have that fear of, putting something out there in the world, get over yourself. The great thing about posting content is that at the beginning, it's nerve-wracking, but also at the beginning, you have almost no audience. So you are free to experiment and to make mistakes without having, kind of a huge exposure involved in that. Number 7 is repeat. So you repeat your content production on that schedule. You treat it like a job. No excuses. You got to get this stuff out. And number 8 is you got to promote your work. So you've got to let people know that you've produced content and where they can go to get it. So you may want to tweet the URL for your articles or your newsletter or your videos. You may want to post on Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook updates. There's any number of ways you can drive people to your content. People aren't just going to find it by accident. Number 9 is you want to track your feedback. So look at Google Analytics. Look at the comment sections after you've posted your content. And number 10 is start that conversation. Engage with your audience. Answer questions. Return the favor of a comment. You have to engage your audience in order to build an audience. So let's talk a little bit about what the benefits of content marketing are. There are tons of benefits of doing inbound marketing. First of all, even though 50% or 53% of large companies are engaging in content marketing, a lot of entrepreneurs and freelancers and consultants are not. So if you're doing it at all, you're already winning. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the more you do it, the better at it you get. The longer you do it, the quicker you're going to build that audience, and you're going to be building a library of content over time. You have to remember that advertising is finite. When you put advertising out there, it runs and then it's over. But the great thing about content marketing is that it's forever. Once you post something online, it's an evergreen library of content that will always serve you. And the longer you do it, the bigger that library gets. You're going to gain credibility, you're going to gain followers. And I always say, remember the 3 R's. You want to be recognized, you want to be remembered, and you want to be revered. And the more you show up with the more content you put out there, the quicker you're going to be recognized. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to get started with content marketing. And if you did, please hit subscribe below so you can see my videos when they come out. And from Verhaal Brand Design, my strategic branding and design agency, thank you so much for watching. And if you need help with your brand strategy, your brand design, or your professional creative career, please reach out to me at philipvandusen.com and let's see what we can do to take it to the next level. And with that, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.